John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. We'll watch the credits from up high and low. Cinema Classics.
Cinema Classics is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to shows Thursdays at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. And listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Wayne, the rich guy Miller.
And this is Cinema Classics.
Sure
At least that's what your relatives think.
Yeah.
That's the only important thing.
Yeah.
All right, so blink twice. I'm trying to do this. It's a thriller starring Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum?
And in a directorial debut of his fiancée, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Who we've seen in a number of movies, and a really interesting character. And I think here really directs a very good suspense movie.
I'm less surprised at her, given her lineage, than I am at Tatum, who I just have the Magic Mike image.
Yeah, but here I think he kind of goes against type a little bit.
You bet.
But he, and they say that he did such a great job years back in that one movie about wrestling, and that he did a great job with that one, and I think he does a very, very good job with this.
Yeah. He plays the rich boy.
Yep.
Interesting that she first sees him, that is our major lady, played by Naomi Ackie, Frida.
Yes.
She first sees him making an apology on TV.
Yes, because it was something, inappropriate behavior or whatever, and he's kind of on the redemption comeback trail a little bit, and you don't get quite an idea of what it is, but in this day and age, in the Me Too movement, it probably was some sort of hanky-panky, with somebody, and which probably was a good omen to what the main theme.
Sure, and I think it works well for both of the writers, which is Zoe Kravitz and E.T. Feigenbaum.
Yep.
It's because it fits with the kind of cancel culture.
Yeah.
He's stepping down as the tech billionaire from leading his company. And
that you don't know, he's got several people, some great cast members in this one. Haley Joel Osment from the Sixth Sense fame, and in this one he probably early should have been seeing dead people, but not to give
Christian
away
Slater as well.
And Gina Davis, a great job.
He's his wacky assistant.
Yes.
But isn't she also his sister?
Well, yeah, I think so, but it's kind of hard to tell because the whole sister thing does come up later when he explains about abuse from his father and everything like that. Yeah. And he was estranged from his sister, who he really doesn't name, but you maybe get kind of the sense at what is happening sometimes with this, which really adds up to the slow boil of the movie, right up to just a jaw-dropping ending.
Yes, it does. The movie is, I don't know, kind of, how should I say, fragmented to me. It looks like a lot of set pieces together. That it's not a coherent story.
It's set with also confusing in a way, but it kind of adds up near the end. These very quick flashbacks that you wonder what's going on here, and some really beautiful young women here. But I'd say that, the one thing that just startled me, the number of freckles on her friend Frida's friend Jess, a fellow caterer waitress that she invites on the island. And just becomes a very pivotal character in the movie, as what we come to find out.
This is this week I also saw Between the Temples. And why I'm bringing that up is that's the film about the Jewish family. What
Okay,
I'm bringing that up is that there was a remarkable section of tight close-up shots
Yes.
that I took quite well. I liked them. And I'm thinking here, you're reminding me that directors seem now to be more, how shall we say, that they're more indulgent
Yes.
with these close-ups, which I always thought was one of the strengths of movies, because I'm a theater guy.
Yeah, yeah, and the whole thing about the use that you get so much emotion out of the close-ups,
Yes,
which you don't find in even medium shots that much. But on the wide screen and Jess's face up there, my God, the freckles were amazing. She had one freckle about the size of my little Honda Fit, up on the big screen like that.
Yeah.
But she becomes pivotal. And the one thing I liked about this movie, it reminded me of several Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot movies where you've got a whole cast of characters on some sort of resort or archaeological dig or an island or something like this, but also another recent movie, and I had to go back and watch the trailers for it, but they mentioned it. It was the second Knives Out movie, Glass Onion.
sure.
That a millionaire, in that case, in that movie, played by Edward Norton, invites all these people to the island. It's going to be kind of a Poirot type of murder mystery.
And we'll look at more of those examples
Yes.
in the podcast.
Yeah, I thought we would.
Yeah, and, but there is also a similarity just in fleeting here to
Yes.
the menu. Yeah,
Yeah.
where you're really filleting, I should say, filleting the rich. Going after them and in that case chewing them up. Yeah.
But the menu definitely was
Yeah.
another reminder of these people invited to some sort of isolated getaway or whatever, where some of the creepiest people are the house servants.
Yes.
Particularly the one maid that was very creepy. It'd go up and Red Rabbit, Red Rabbit.
Yes.
And then you come to find out what Red Rabbit meant. By the end
Yeah.
of the movie.
And if you think this is too fabulous, don't think that. Young women have been doing stupid things like these, being invited to a remote island.
Yes.
And I remember
Yeah.
my daughters going with Denzel and that other guy, the other black guy who was doing a night show. No,
Kevin Hart.
doing night shows.
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio
Yes,
Hall. I remember
yeah.
going up with them and they're putting moves on them. And I said, now exactly what did you think?
Yeah.
They're complaining that they're not acting like gentlemen. I said,
I
really?
I do. There wasn't, for your daughters is a different story, but their intellectual ability.
Yes, I know.
But also, and that's an interesting thing. The only thing, as far as, and of course, some of the plot is given away in the trailers. So we know that Jess comes up missing. Anybody's all go see the
Yes,
trailer, has
right.
probably seen the
We
trailer.
know that Tatum is
and
not
they
the
know
nice
what
guy
the-
he appears to be.
Oh, no, he has, especially what I think is so funny because he vapes a lot. And what I've seen of people who vape, there's a huge mushroom cloud.
Yeah, I know.
And when he expels the smoke or the vape, or whatever, out of his nose.
Yes.
Which gives him a very evil, almost devilish, like a snorting Satan.
Would you agree that this is a feminist film? It
Uh,
doesn't sound like it. Everything we've described so far, these are victims of
I would
vaping.
call, and in fact, one review I was reading, they called it the feminist Get Out. The Get Out
And
movie.
I think the Jordan Peele allusion is, you and I saw that immediately.
Yeah,
Pretty clear.
yeah. And so it's a feminist version of that, and like I said, and the other review I was reading that I thought was interesting, they said that Kravitz got the germ of the idea for this before the Me Too movement. It was just something, and I think it was a friend or something like that was caught in a situation similar to the young women. In
Well,
this
you
movie.
know, years ago, Glenn Close was on top of this.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
and we began to notice that it was possible for women to be vultures.
Yes, yes, but she was more of the true villain in this one, whereas the women in this turn are avenging angels. And
Yeah.
But back to the whole thing. All I need to say about somebody about the whole overall aspects of the main plot theme is, a rich guy inviting vulnerable to his island. And one of the things immediately sprang to mind was Epstein.
Yeah.
That how he would invite, and there were a number of people.
Yes.
That I believe Trump was a visitor to his island, and Prince Andrew of England, that supposedly, young woman.
And how the Epstein
rape there.
The Epstein motif.
Yes.
Blazons itself in our memories. Only recently did I think the Trump organization use a plane of his.
Yeah.
Much to their chagrin.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, but another similarity to the whole Epstein thing, he had a woman accomplice.
yes.
Who groomed the woman, the young ladies that they brought to the island,
Yeah.
and she was very implicit in the crimes, the sexual crimes that he committed. And here, in a way, that's where you find the Gina Davis character kind of come in as part of it. Now, Epstein's collaborator in crime was a very bright woman, but whereas, of course, Gina comes off extremely dingy, but it could be because of some things from snake venom to that's poisonous perfume. That's all.
And they tried to elevate thematically by having these snakes on the island.
Yes, yeah,
Give a
snake
little-
in the grass,
Yeah,
type of
and
thing.
Adam and Eve
Yeah.
notice, and the dangers that are inherent there. He's trying to get rid of the snakes.
Yeah, well, and for a good reason, as they come to find out what the snake venom could do to their victims, as far as making them remember and I thought it was interesting because the snake, and I didn't know this until I was reading this review, the snake that really turned into be kind of a heroic little creature simply because it provides the venom that can be used as an antidote to what the women, young ladies have been getting.
All right, Wayne Miller. Our audience has to go to our podcast on
Yes.
WCBE.org.
To hear more.
The podcast experience, and it's going, because it's cinema class, it's going to be double take.
Yes.
So, what do you advise about Blink Twice?
I would recommend it, and I recommend now older teenagers could probably appreciate it, but it is a little, even though with a lot of sinisterism going on, it's rather slow moving until the end. The end could be very traumatic for younger viewers.
And I think it requires a little bit of consideration
Yes.
as to what's going on, because I
Yes.
don't think it's all clear.
Yeah, but it's a good kind of thinking movie.
Yeah. I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with